Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on Sono's Life. I am so sorry I have been quiet the past few weeks. Obviously we just finished the New Japan Seoul tour and normally I would be there with a review because a lot of big things happened. But I had some skin issues, but I am back today. And obviously we are less than a week away from the start of the G1 Climax 35. And of course we had a few preliminaries to figure out who was going to be the final 4 participants. So with all 20 people secured, I am going to look at a list of all the blocks, the matches I'm most looking forward to, and obviously my very wrong predictions. So let's get going for a G1 Climax 35 2025 predictions, or preview as I'm probably going to title this. So as always, I am going to read through the list of participants in each block and speak about them very shortly. And obviously, like I said, I've not got a very good memory, so I'm going to have to read this. But quickly, here's a look at the A block participants. Okay, so we have Hiroshi Tanahashi. So the ace was not in it last year, but on the road to his final retirement on January 4th, 2026, the ace is back. Now, I'm very worried, slightly concerned, I feel like a lot of people are, because while Tanahashi has been putting out some very good matches this year against a multitude of people, more recently he had Gabe Kidd, Tanahashi's knees are still not in the best shape. While he can do these one-off matches, which go about 20 minutes, I'm concerned to see how he's going to do. He's going to have 9 matches within a short space of time. So, yeah, this is kind of concerning, but I think it's the perfect way. Like, it's his final year. We're not going to see the ace again having a chance to be in the G1. So, yeah, I think this is the right way to say goodbye in his final year. But please don't make him do too much. Give him short, quick matches and let him rest when he can. We then have the next participant, who is my holy emperor, Taichi. So Taichi's journey into this G1 was very difficult. He's been missed out of a few in the past. He lost the chance in the qualifiers to go when he faced Callum Newman. However, after sadly Hiroki Goto was announced as injured and had to pull out the tournament, there was a fatal 4-way to decide, and this was between Chase Owens, Satoshi Kojima, Tomohiro Ishii and Taichi. So all the people who lost their rounds. And in a very emotional match that saw him faced for about 20 minutes, his tag team partner Ishii, Taichi finally got the chance to be in this year's G1, and it was quite funny because he joked in his post-match comments, he was like, I'm sorry if this feels like I've won the G1, but it does to him. I'm so excited. Taichi, he's not had the best singles record this year, or maybe in the past few years, but he has been a fan favourite. He has been stealing the hearts, and since his move to Hontai, we've seen a new side to the Holy Emperor, so I'm really excited to see some of these matches. From the oldest guys in the block, and I think amongst the oldest in the entire field, we have the young guys. So we have Yuya Uemura, who is back for his next G1. I'm always really excited to see Uemura. I think he's a very talented wrestler. There are a lot of people in this block that he has history with or that he doesn't, so he's going to have a lot of fresh matches. We then have never openweight champion Boltin Oleg. You guys know how I feel about Boltin Oleg. I think he's a great wrestler, but I want this tournament to showcase Oleg as a person, as a personality, because to an extent, yes, you can be this big guy who does very big moves, but I need you to be something else. So I want this G1 to prove that. We then have another guy, one of the 3 Reiwa Musketeers, because I count Uemura as one. We have Yota Tsuji. So when he lost his championship, so the global title, to Gabe Kidd earlier, everyone thought that it could lead to a push in this year's G1. So in the A block with a lot of big names, Tsuji is always very exciting to watch. Obviously his style is a mix of Japanese, UK and Mexican lucha libre, so he's always really exciting to see. We then have debuting Oiwa. So he beat Satoshi Kojima in the prelims for this, and he's in his first tournament. Now, compared to a lot of the other young lions who've come back from Excursion, his journey, as shown by having to be put in this tournament through the playoffs, that it's not exactly been plain sailing. He's had some great matches with tag team with Zack Sabre Jr., who's now the champion. But by himself, he's not shined, or he's not picked up the gold or had the impact maybe the others had. So this is going to be his chance. And similarly with Callum Newman, who is the youngest man in this tournament, maybe in the history of this tournament. He lost the tag titles that he held with Okan, but after beating Tai Chi in a phenomenal match, Callum has really captured the hearts of so many fans. So I think this is going to be an amazing tournament for him. It might be his standout. I don't know whether he's going to get like a hell of a lot of points, but he's going to have some amazing matches with some amazing people. To David Finlay, he is in this tournament. Now, we've not seen Finlay since he lost the dog collar match to the next participant I'm going to speak about. So it'll be interesting to see, because he was so close. He keeps getting so close to these wins, whether it's the New Japan Cup, the G1. So, is this going to be the Rebels' year? We don't know. We then have, I mentioned with Finlay, we have two members of House of Torture, Sanada and Evil. Interestingly, they're in the same block, former tag team partners. Now they're back together again. They're probably going to be the two weak links of this. Obviously, Evil is going to be causing shenanigans. And we have mentioned that Sanada is not in the best shape at the moment. We think he's lingered with injuries, which is probably linked to this move to House of Torture, that he doesn't have to do as much. So I'd love to see Sanada do his best, but who knows. So that was Block A. And now we are on to Block B. Block B has always tended to be like my favourite block. It's always had my favourites. And this year actually is still the same. So we have... Wait, let me show you. So here is the blocks. The people in Block B. So we have Shota Umino. Now I'm reading across. I'm not going how I usually do it, like the champions and stuff like that. I'm just going by what we're going to do it with. We start with Shota Umino. I always worry with Shota because I'm a huge Shota Umino fan. But he always gets a lot of flack. Like, oh, he's not good enough. He keeps changing. A lot of this is down to New Japan booking. But there are some very strong competitors in this. And I know that Shota is going to have some phenomenal matches, including one against his new boyfriend, ELP, who is also in this block. So ELP is currently a television champion, and he has been going from strength to strength. Compared to other people, his move from junior to heavyweight was a little less like, we compare it to the likes of Shingo Takagi and Dan Maloney. ELP was a bit rockier, but he is a constant crowd favourite, you know, with the finger hearts. He has had some amazing matches with guys in this block, and we are going to see more of that. Another person who made it, who I'm so happy to see, is Yoshihashi. So he beat Chase Owens in the qualifiers to get in, and it seems even more poignant because Goto is not there. Obviously, Yoshihashi and Goto are part of Bishamon, so it feels like Yoshihashi is not just doing it for himself and for the fans, especially that one woman who was the biggest Yoshihashi fan in that New Japan documentary, but he is doing it for Goto, who couldn't be in this. We then have Mr. Single, my man Shingo Takagi. Shingo is a workhorse. Now, I don't see him getting too many points or even a win due to, obviously, he had a challenge against Goto and he lost it. It's going to be interesting because I don't know what state Shingo is going to be in. Is he good? Like, obviously, he's part of unaffiliated now. What motivation is Shingo going to have? Obviously, I'll speak about the next competitor, but it'll be interesting to see what approach the Dragon goes into this. There's no doubt he's going to have some amazing matches against these guys. But what will come out of this? Will he benefit in any way? It'll be interesting to see. And obviously, we have the big target in this block. So the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. is in this. Interestingly, Zack has been teasing a more heel, bastard, cocky personality, which just makes me hint that maybe we could be seeing a TMDK slow turn, obviously, especially after Fujita failed to get the title off Despy. In particular, in his post-match comments in one of the Seoul matches, he was like, I am not the hero that New Japan wants me to be. So this is going to make it exciting because Zack has not been a heel since he was in Suzuki-gun. But Zack is a very good heel in the sense that he always wrestles well. So he's not like the House of Torture guys. It's just going to be basically him beating the shit, especially out of all the young guys. So this is going to be a very interesting tournament. But it's going to be tough. Could he be the first person to win 2 consecutive and holding the belt? Who knows? But if anyone can do it, it's Zack. I realize I'm talking a lot, so I'm going to quickly go over it. So we have the next competitor. So we have Great Khan. He is going to be in it. IWGP Global Champion Gabe Kidd is going to cause some chaos alongside his fellow War Dogs Driller Maloney. Ren Narita is going to be Ren Narita. There's not many heels in this, and I really hope that he has the chance to showcase who he is, because actually Ren Narita is a very good wrestler. His character in House of Torture is one of the most complete, and he's one that doesn't piss me off as much. So I really have high hopes. And we end, and I guess save the best to last, Konosuke Takeshita. He is back in the G1. He lost the Never title. And again, similar to Yota Tsuji, everyone thought, could that be a glimpse into his future? That he's got rid of Never, which is not what I tend to see either as a building block. That's what it was created for anyway. Or for like the guys who are, sadly to say, stuck in the mid-tier. So obviously we've had people like Taichi, Minoru Suzuki, Hiroki Goto, Shibata. Those guys who have never been IWGP World Champion, but have obviously been known for their tough style. Shingo also, but he's an exception because he has been World Champion. So these are two very strong blocks. I'm going to tell you some matches I'm looking forward to and why. Yuya Uemura versus Tanahashi. If you remember their last bout, Tanahashi shocked the world by actually beating Uemura, so that is going to be exciting. Uemura versus Yota Tsuji, always very fun. Those two, they were in the same class, they were basically pure rivals, so they're going to have a lot of good matches here. Yuya Uemura versus Oiwa, I always think that these two are very similar in terms of style. They're on the bigger side, very muscly. It's going to be interesting to see because they had very different excursions. Uemura went to the US, Oiwa stayed in Noah, and I want to see how those styles battle. Callum Newman, I think Callum Newman's going to be excited with a lot of them because his style is very unexpected. Obviously, while he is a heavyweight, he is the fastest man in this block, so that is going to be good. Also, there's ones that are more storyline depth. So, Evil versus Sanada, Taichi versus Sanada. There's just a lot of chances for some very exciting matches. Block B also has some really good setups. So, I like seeing, when you have people in the same faction, really close friends fighting. So that obviously means that ELP versus Shota Umino is firmly in my grasp. Yes, we have seen Shingo and Zack Sabre Jr. many times before, but with Zack's new added edge, this is going to be very exciting to see how the dynamic has changed between them. Gabe versus Driller, similarly to Shota versus ELP, it's going to be exciting. But more specifically, I think that Konosuke Takeshita's matches with basically everyone in this block is going to be phenomenal. In particular, Shingo. He has had phenomenal matches with ELP, so I'm happy to see that again. And Mr. Zack Sabre Jr. The amount of new matches that we're going to see is endless. And actually, but bearing with the few House of Torture inserts, but you've got to have some heels here. This is such a strong lineup. You have the future, the present, not the past, but the veterans here. So there's a really nice mix. And obviously, it's not a G1 preview if I don't give you my very wrong predictions. Now, we're going to have two sets of predictions here. Who I realistically think should and will get to the final and who might win. And this is versus just one pick I have to win that I just really am excited about and would really love to see. So, from Block A, again, I think it's phenomenal. But I see Yota Tsuji making the final. Yeah, I actually do see that. Yota Tsuji, people have been saying that he needs to get rocket strap for a while, and he's had attempt after attempt and it's never really worked. But I think this is the time. Now is the time for it to work. And Block B, Block B, there are so many styles, but I have Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita is a phenomenal wrestler. Now, there have been news that are rumours that his contracts with everyone runs out in November. So maybe whatever happens in this will be sort of an indicator of what he does going forward. Is he going to continue with the three companies, so AEW, DDT and New Japan? It's going to be interesting to see. And I think I see Tsuji winning. Tsuji has won a New Japan Cup. He won it, my brain's gone blank. He either won it this year or last year. But he has won it, but he failed to capitalise. He has failed to capitalise again and again and again. But could this be the chance for him to have that Wrestle Kingdom main event? And I did tell you there was a special pick because, yeah, the person, if Tsuji doesn't go on to win, or like Uemura or something like that, the winner of the G1 Climax is going to be Taichi. You've heard it here first, guys. With Zack Sabre Jr. holding the title right now, the most exciting thing would be and I actually think this would do really well in the Tokyo Dome. I even joked to my mum, I went, Mum, if Taichi wins the G1, I might just have to book another ticket to Japan. We might see a main event of Zack Sabre Jr. versus Taichi for the IWGP heavyweight title. We saw their last match, obviously, post Dangerous Tekkers, and their bond is so close. But obviously, again, I'm going to say this, with Zack on a more heelish route and Taichi is a firm babyface, I think this is going to be exciting. So, my head says probably Yota Tsuji, but my heart wants Taichi to win. So yeah, like I said, it's a jam-packed G1. It's going to be such an exciting summer, albeit very hot. And hopefully I will be here live tweeting through any shows I can. So obviously I work during the times of the tournament. So all the weekend shows, I'm going to try and be live tweeting. I'm going to be trying to update you if any big news happens here. Obviously, that again depends on my skin, which is deciding to be very problematic recently. But yeah, again, I'm sorry for not having a New Japan Soul review. There is a lot of people who have done their own, including True Heel Heat, SP3 and J News did one without me, so you can make sure to check that out. As always, let me know in the comments on social media at wrestling_chat your predictions, your thoughts, your dream matches, and of course, who do you think or who do you want to win the G1? You can do it like me. You can have a head choice and a heart choice. You can say the person you think is going to win or the person you want to win. And with such a busy season of New Japan coming up, make sure to hit like, share and hit subscribe. I am obviously, I think, maybe one of the only YouTube channels that focuses only on New Japan, with the odd AEW and stuff sprinkled if it's alluding to New Japan people. So make sure to hit subscribe, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm very excited for the G1 and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!